See here. You never know with the new Facebook.
Yeah. It does say on my end that you're live on Facebook.
Okay.
And I just got a message that you're live on Facebook.
Ooh, we're live. Awesome. Okay. So bear with us, Facebook world. Emily and I are just sharing real quick to some other pages so that they can learn about oils tonight as well. And then we will teach you all about the essential oils. So hold on, I see that some people are on, so that's awesome. All right. I'm sharing in my groups. All right. I'm going to share one more spot.
Yay.
You got it?
Yes, I think so. I think it worked. Sometimes, I just never know.
All right. I'm going to share one more spot. Oh, yes, that's me. I don't know. This one's not going, so go with that.
Okay.
All right. I think we're live on all the spots, so thanks for bearing with us. I'm going to let Emily open up, and then we're just kind of tag teaming a quick class for you guys tonight. So hopefully you learn a little bit. And Emily, I'll let you go.
Awesome. Well, I'm really excited to just do this one because, of course, I love to talk about the oils and I get really excited to do it, but it gets me even more like pumped up and animated and excited to talk about it with other people. And so for Kristen and I to go back and forth, I'm just so excited. And I really think like if we do our jobs and if we're talking about these oils correctly, and you're going to learn so many things about them that I'm always surprised when people are like, oh, I didn't know there was an oil for that. Mm-hmm. Yes, there's an oil for everything. All the things, guys, all the things. So we're going to talk first about 3 really cool things about essential oils because, again, essential oils are completely cool. They're absolutely amazing, and I love them. And I kind of got really excited and jumped on board with the oils pretty quickly and just got real happy about them and all the things. But Ben was a little bit more of a skeptic. So it took him a little bit to get on board. But this is one of my favorite Ben stories ever. He was working and he got hit in the face with a branch and ended up with a ton of that barky gunk stuff in his eye. And of course, it was at 5 o'clock on a Friday evening. And we live in a much smaller town than a lot of people. So we had very few options for what we could do. And I was like, okay, sweetheart, I'll take you to the emergency room if you really want me to. But can I just try the oils first? Can I just try the oils first? And he goes, oh, I guess. So I pulled out my little oil book and I was like, yay. And I didn't even have fractionated coconut oil yet. I just used regular coconut oil because that's what I had. And I mixed together some lavender with with the regular coconut oil and just started rubbing it like around the outside of his eye. Because of course, we know we don't put oils in our eyes. We just do it around the outside of his eye. And within about 20 minutes, some gunk kind of started coming out of his eye and we were like, oh, well, maybe this is working. Maybe we're not going to have to go anywhere. Maybe this will just take care of it. And so I just kept applying it. Like we put it on like every 3 or 4 minutes, like gave it a minute to kind of set in. And then we put a little bit more on. And you guys, I'm not even kidding you. Within 45 minutes, all of this gunk is pouring out of his eye, completely pouring out of his eye. His eye was a little red. It was a little scratched. So we just kind of put some extra around it. And he was completely fine. We went on with the rest of our weekend and the rest of our lives. And He had an eye doctor's appointment in like a few months, followed up, absolutely no issues with any of it. It was awesome. So exciting. So the first really cool thing about essential oils is that they are 100% natural and safe. 100% natural and safe. There's absolutely nothing added or taken away from the oils, which is so exciting to me. I hate when I look at the ingredients on something that says it's all natural and I look at the ingredients and I'm like, that's not natural. That's gross and that's really harmful for your body. Why are you saying it's all natural? It's not. That's not the case with doTERRA essential oils. They're completely safe for brand new babies, kiddos, adults, even the elderly, all of the people, all of the things. So, so, so safe. They are extracts from plants and they just have amazing, amazing, amazing health benefits. A pure essential oil like doTERRA has is actually 50 to 70 times more powerful than the herbs. So if you think about it, like 1 drop of your little peppermint oil here is actually equivalent to drinking 28 cups of peppermint tea. And that's just crazy. That's so much. It's so, so, so potent. So that's the first cool thing about essential oils. So the second cool thing about essential oils is, I'm sorry, I'm not done telling you the first cool thing about essential oils, because I also forgot to tell you some more about the CPTG standard, and that stands for Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade. And that's what doTERRA has. That's what's really super, super cool about it. And even if you look, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but on your bottles, it just says CPTG, Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade. And that means that they're really pure, super potent, tested by the third party. They're all super safe. The pure part is what we talked about before. Nothing is added or taken away from it. It doesn't have anything extra or fillers in it at all. The potent part of it is the really cool and unique thing that doTERRA does. It means that each of the plants is actually grown in the area of the world where it grows best. That means you're going to get the absolute best chemistry for that plant, absolute best. And when you have the ideal natural chemistry in the essential oil, it actually does everything that it's supposed to do. It's supposed to work for our health that way, and it helps our bodies the way they're naturally supposed to be. So if you think about a pineapple, if you go to Hawaii and pick a pineapple, you are going to get an amazing taste from it. It's going to be so great. And I live in Nebraska, and you can technically grow pineapples in pots and have them here in Nebraska. But if you do that, you're going to get maybe 1 pineapple off of it. And I can guarantee you that if you pick that pineapple, it is not going to taste anything like the pineapple you got in Hawaii. It's just not going to, because it doesn't naturally grow in Nebraska. And you can force the growth, but it just doesn't do all the things it's supposed to do. Okay, now I'm done telling you the first cool thing about essential oils, that they're 100% natural and they're 100% safe, which is so, so, so cool. Okay, so the second cool thing about essential oils is that they are way more effective than modern approaches to medicine, so much more so. And typically, if we're going to do this type of a class, I'm going to ask if there are any health professionals there. And since I can't see if any health professionals are on Facebook, I do know Kaiten is here. So Kaiten, just bear with me because I'm going to have to dumb it down a little bit, way more than you already understand all this. And so I'm just going to ask any other healthcare professionals that are listening to just please bear with me. I know you've got your degree. I understand. Actually, I don't understand your degree, but I trust that you understand this better than I ever could. But we're gonna take it back down to more of like something my nephews could understand and they're little. So I hope that's okay with everybody too. So we're gonna go back. So if you have a cell in your body, we're gonna pretend like this is your cell. It has this really cool oily membrane on the outside of your cell. And that membrane protects the cell. It keeps all the good things in, all the bad things out. Now, there's 2 things that can kind of be harmful for our cells, and that's bacterial and virus. Bacteria usually forms on the outside of the cell, and viruses duplicate the DNA on the inside of the cell. So all you have to really remember is the bacteria is on the outside, viruses are on the inside. Okay, so if you go to the doctor for a bacterial infection, he would usually recommend for you or she an antibiotic. You would go ahead and you would take that for 7 to 10 days and it would clear up your infection. But it often will cause issues with your gut. You're going to have to take some extra probiotics or something, or your hormones, or it could even mess with your immune system or other things that you're on. So if you go to the doctor for something like a cold or a flu, which is the virus part of it that, hurts the inside of the cell, the doctor typically will go, "I'm very sorry. Please go home, get some rest, drink plenty of liquids. Don't forget to eat. Good luck." That's what they're going to do. That's how that's going to work. Because most of our modern medicines are water-based synthetic medicines, and they come with some additional side effects and even some addictions sometimes. And really, you guys know science. This is not rocket science. Oil and water don't mix. And so if you've got the water-based drug that the doctor is recommending, and you've got your oily membrane, it can't go in. And there's other things you can do to kind of help with that. But for the most part, in a general sense, water-based synthetic stuff can't penetrate your cell, and so it can't work on the virus inside. So essential oils are completely different because essential oils are oil-based, which means they can actually penetrate your cell and get through that oily membrane, and they can work on a cellular level and do that without side effects or addictions. And it can really work and stop the duplication of the virus inside. So that's why they're really oftentimes more effective than our modern medicine. So that's really the second cool thing about essential oils. So the third really cool thing about essential oils is that they're more affordable. They're so much more affordable than medical care. And I can tell you why. So let's pretend you have an ear infection and you're going to go talk to the doctor. And let's just say, for argument's sake, that your copay is $0. Let's just pretend it's a $0 copay. And so you're at the doctor, you get a prescription for your antibiotic, you go get it filled, and let's pretend that we have some pretty good health care, because I know we've got some VA people and all those kinds of stuff that can get their prescriptions for free. So let's just say your prescription costs $0. Let's just pretend. Okay, so what if I told you that essential oils are cheaper than a $0 copay and a $0 prescription copay? I know it sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? But I bet you I can prove it to you. So when somebody in my family gets an ear infection, even my husband or myself, both of those things, my nephews, all of those kinds of things, we take about 1 to 2 drops of lavender, 1 to 2 drops of tea tree, and we just rub it right around the outside of our ears like this, because just like with our eyes, we don't put oils in our ears. That's not okay. Don't do that. If for some reason you put the oil in your eye or in your ear, please don't try to flush it out with water. Just please don't, because oil and water don't mix. Remember, we just talked about that. Use like the fractionated coconut oil or regular coconut oil or almond oil or whatever oil you have, not the essential oil. And that'll help flush it out. So we go ahead and put the lavender tea tree around to the outside of our ear and we go to bed. Or I need it in the morning, I'll do it in the morning. And that's going to cost you, let's say 64 cents. That's about what it is. And even if you had to do it twice, it's still about a 12-hour turnover. So 64 cents does sound more expensive than $0, because it is, and that's totally okay. But I want you to think about this. Now, being quarantined and everything, if you had to go see the doctor, you had to take time off work, you had to get in your car, you had to drive to the doctor's office. I guarantee you sat there for at least 30 minutes, and then you had to go visit with the doctor. And then you had to take probably about another 30 minutes to actually get checked out and leave the doctor's office. And then you had to drive all the way over to the pharmacy, or even if the pharmacy is right in the building, I guarantee you waited at least 30 minutes for your medicine. So taking time off of work, that's going to add up. Let's just be very generous and say it's about 4 hours. Okay. By the time you get off work, drive to the doctor's, wait, have your appointment, go get your medicine, and get home. Let's just say 3 or 4 hours. Okay. So if you've done that, you've taken time off of work, or you've had to change your schedule around and rearrange it and had to give up something else to potentially cover a shift that you just had to take off. So that's costing you time and money, right? So after you've taken this antibiotic, what tends to happen to us when we do that? Typically, our gut needs some extra help. We have to take some additional probiotics. We have to maybe even do some extra kombucha or other fermented things to really help our gut. And it usually takes about 2 weeks to fix that damage then. So if you had a $0 copay for both the doctor's office and the antibiotic, but you had to do all of those things, it ended up costing you more than 64 cents, didn't it? Yeah, I guarantee you it did. So my husband and I, and Kristen and her husband and family, and the people that use the essential oils literally save hundreds of dollars a year in medical costs by just using the essential oils. Because not only do I not have to take time off work, I have the stinking thing right here. So I don't even have to think about it half the time. I've got it right here to go take care of it. So that's why essential oils are much more affordable than traditional medical care. So just for a quick wrap up, there were 3 really cool things about essential oils, okay? So the 3 cool things about essential oils is that they are 100% safe and natural. They are very affordable, more affordable than medical care. And I totally forgot what the third one was. What did we just talk about, guys? It is often more effective. Yeah. That's what it is. So it's 100% safe, more cost effective, and actually more effective for you. So those are the 3 cool things about essential oils.
Awesome. Yes. So I get to tell you the 3 ways that you can use them, which is my favorite. So the first is the way that I started using oils, because I was a skeptic, just like a lot of you are. And I thought, if I can replace candles in my home with diffusers, that literally it's probably like maybe 50 cents to fill it up at the most. So I started using them aromatically. And that's the first way to use oils. So using them aromatically. So you can do this with me if you want to feel silly in your own home. But if you pinch the bridge of your nose right here, this is your olfactory nerve. And if you remember anything about biology in science class, your olfactory nerve sends a message to your limbic system. And then somewhere in your limbic system, it sends messages to the rest of your brain. So think back with me. If you, like right now, a lot of us are cutting grass for the first time in the spring, and it smells delicious. And every time I smell fresh cut grass, it immediately sends that memory to my brain of growing up, riding bikes around the circle while the dads cut the grass in the evening. Oh, so great. Or if I smell, or maybe you guys smell like apple pie or pumpkin pie, you're immediately taken back to like your grandma baking pies, or Thanksgiving Day, or Christmas morning, or something like that. So every time that we smell something, it sends this signal to our brain, and our limbic system says something like, okay, that's a really good scent. She remembers that as being something really good. And I'm going to send these chemical responses through her body to help her be happy and excited. Or like for my poor son who ate too much black licorice and got sick, every time he smells it now, it's a negative smell in his brain. And his body goes, oh no, 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 no. And it instantly kind of tightens up. He gets that fight or flight mechanism. Those are actually like science going on in your body, which I'm not a pro at, but I do know that part, okay? So the first way to use them is aromatically. Maybe we use aromatic for like when we go to bed at night, we have a diffuser running, and we have one of my favorite scents lavender or serenity in the diffuser. And those are really calming oils and really relaxing, and they actually help our brain to shut down. And so we can focus in on just going to sleep. Or we might use an oil aromatically to help purify the air. One of my favorites that we use aromatically is On Guard. So I have a little sample vial of it right here. On Guard it's more than just a purifying for the air, but that's one of the really great things that it can help tackle whatever is going on in your air. Okay, so that's the first cool way, is to use them aromatically. The second is to use them topically. And so maybe you have like sore muscles, or you have seasonal threats, or you want to boost your immune system. Those are some ways that you might use them topically. Everybody can benefit from them topically. Everybody can benefit from them aromatically too. But if you were to use them topically, anyone from babies, which I know we have on the screen, to an elderly person can use them topically. Now, we do suggest, just like Emily was saying earlier, to use a carrier oil, because the sensitivity. So if you were ever to get an oil in your eye, don't use water to flush it out. Use a carrier oil, because that allows the oil to absorb into your skin at a slower rate. So say you put peppermint on a little baby like we have on the screen, it's gonna be a little cooling, a little tingling. They might get goosebumps, or they might kind of start to cry, because it's one of those sensations that's not like normal and calming. If you were to put like cinnamon or On Guard on your skin, you might get a little redness, because your skin's going, oh, that's kind of spicy, it's kind of hot. So if you use a carrier oil, not only does it allow the oil to absorb into your skin at a slower rate, but it also actually helps, because it lowers the amount of oil that you have to use, so you save money, and you can rub it into a bigger area. So if you've got like a muscle issue, or you're doing a back massage, or you've got an upset stomach, instead of just putting that oil on and then rubbing it in that one little spot and it's absorbed already, if you put carrier oil, like maybe a dollop, like a quarter size carrier oil, and one drop of the oil, rub your hands together, and you can put it on a bigger area. So I love that part of it. It's really effective to put it on the feet, because most of us are not sensitive on our feet, and it absorbs into your system. Oils can absorb into your system between 20 seconds to 30 minutes, depending on the oil. 20 seconds to 30 minutes. That's craziness. So if you were to use an oil topically, like for a head tension, we would put peppermint right here. And I mean, I've heard this too many times to count. People are like, I think that worked like really fast, because peppermint is one of those oils that absorb into your skin really quickly. And then it helps the blood flow. It helps alleviate the nauseousness sometimes. So there's lots of different ways that it can help. Okay, so the second cool way to use oils is topically. The third way is to use them internally. And since doTERRA oils have that CPTG standard, that certified pure therapeutic grade standard, it means that not only are we growing them in a better climate, like Emily talked about, where the plant actually best grows, the soil's the best, the climate's the best, all of that, but we partner with farmers all over the world, and 95% of our oils are proprietary, which means that we cut out the middleman, we own the farms with those farmers, and we work directly with them, which means you've got a farmer and his family who have done this for hundreds of years sometimes. So what would you rather prefer? Someone like me, who doesn't have much of a green thumb, growing your lemon and your wild orange and your lime trees, not knowing what I'm doing, or a farmer and his family who've been doing it for ages, growing those trees, right? In the climate that is best for them, because limes don't grow well in Nebraska, but they do in like Sicily and Italy, those kinds of areas, okay? So some ways that you might use them internally. How do we know we can use them internally, right? Those are all really good questions. So one oil that I might use internally is lemon, okay? I've got a little sample of it here. Another bottle of lemon that I have right here also has the supplements fact on it. And that's really hard to see, I know, sometimes it's even backwards. But a supplement just like you have on your crackers, your bread, your milk. It just says like the dietary requirements or supplements in the thing. Okay, so basically it's saying a serving size is 1 drop and you can put it in 4 ounces of water. Something like lemon, citrus, all those types of oils will have a supplements fact on them. Things like Deep Blue or I don't know, some other ones, Douglas Fir, they don't really have a benefit of taking them internally, so we don't have a supplements fact on them, okay? Some ways that you might use them internally. I actually did this morning for my seasonal threat, my seasonal issues going on when I've got, you know, congestion going on or sneezing. I like to take a drop of lemon, lavender, and peppermint in a little shot glass of water. I gargle it and I swallow it. And that helps coat the back stuff is getting kind of washed down, and it kind of travels, the fumes kind of travel up into my sinuses to help, my daughter's out the window, to help alleviate the buildup and the congestion and all that kind of stuff. Other ways that you might use them internally, possibly for upset stomach. So peppermint or our blend Digestin would work really well. If you want to absorb and digest your food a little better, something like peppermint or Digestin. So there's lots of different ways. Lemon is one of my favorites to put in my water just for a natural detox, and it also flavors your water. So there's always double duty to the oils, and that's one of the best things that I love about them. So the 3 cool ways to use them: aromatically, topically, and internally. Okay.
Awesome. So we are going to continue with our theme of 3, because really, guys, we would be doing you a horrible disservice if we talked to you about all of these amazing oils and how you can use them and all the different ways and how there's an oil for everything if we didn't tell you how you can buy your oils, because that would be silly. That would be just silly. You guys would be calling us and complaining. So we're going to keep with our theme of 3, because there are 3 ways you can buy your essential oils. Okay. So the first one is retail, and nobody should be buying retail at all. Don't do it. It is the most expensive way to do it. Absolutely not. I will let you in on a little confession. That's actually how I started to buy my oils. And then when I realized I could get 25% off with the second way of having a wholesale membership, I was like, I have been wasting money. Why would I do that? So there are good reasons to buy retail. So if you're like at your chiropractor's office and he's like, you need this Deep Blue and you need it now, buy it retail because you need it that fast. That's about the only way I have ever been able to think of that works to buy it retail. So the second way, just like I said, is our wholesale way. So I know everybody at this point probably has an Amazon subscription. Most people have a Costco or a Sam's Club, something like that, some sort of a wholesale membership subscription. And you pay your annual fee, your annual membership, and you get access to all their products. With Amazon, it means you get access to their 2-day shipping and their videos and whatever else. You know, we don't need to go into that. But here's the really, really cool thing about doTERRA. And we'll talk about it more later. Kristen's going to talk about it. But we can actually tell you how to get your membership for free, which is so cool. So going back to your wholesale membership, if you've got like a Sam's Club or a Costco membership, you go in, and if you need one thing, you don't typically buy it there because you need to buy 8, or you need to buy it in a giant size that it'll take a family of 5 2 months to use completely. With doTERRA, you get access to all of their products. All of it is 25% off, no matter how much you buy. So you can buy one thing or you can buy 800 things. It doesn't matter. It's all 25% off. Absolutely amazing. So the third way to buy essential oils is actually the way I buy my essential oils. It's the way Kristen buys her essential oils. And it's actually the way Kaiten buys her oils too. And that is below wholesale. Below. It's totally the smartest way to purchase your oils. And we're going to talk some more about that in a little bit.
Yes. I love it. Yes. I wouldn't buy my oils any other way. It's super smart to do it the way that we do it. So are 3 different types of people that typically come to a class like this. Now, the reason that we say this is because when we first got started with oils and we're first starting to learn about these, a lot of times we think, okay, so there's, tea tree for acne, there's deep blue for your muscle issues, there's whatever. Well, doTERRA doesn't want to just sell you that one oil for that one issue, because then you're just going to have to come back every single time and rebuy a different oil. So doTERRA actually wants to provide, and they do this really well, to, like Emily was saying, provide you with an opportunity to get things below wholesale, to get things with the wholesale membership included or free. And so we've got some different ways that you're able to get these kits. So the first type of person is kind of, maybe you're thinking that maybe this is you, where you're like, okay, I love what they've talked about. I'm actually kind of excited to start this. If in all honesty, this was probably me when I first started, where I was like, okay, I could see some value in that. That's kind of exciting. Like, I wouldn't mind starting my essential oil journey. I wouldn't mind starting to learn about how, natural things could help me. And doTERRA actually wants to support you, and so do we. And so they offer different trainings per month. We offer trainings specifically to our team, so a customizable training and a customizable kind of a wellness consult per se. So lots of different ways that we really support you as a customer that's just excited about this possibility, right? The second type is someone who's like, actually, I am a natural born sharer, but you have those things that you're excited about, and you can already think of like your mom who needs these oils, your grandma, your neighbor, the little kid next door could definitely use some focus or some thinker, like who knows, but you're already kind of making that list. And the cool thing is that, and Emily's going to go into this in a little bit more detail, but we love to work with people like you, because we can actually help you get your oils paid for, which honestly, oils become something that you love, and some would say you're addicted to them. And so we like to help you get those paid for if possible, right? Like, you're never locked into any commitment, but most of us are like, yeah, I'll sign up because I love my oils and I would definitely love to get them paid for. Most of our husbands would love to see us get our oils paid for as well. So doTERRA wants to actually support you. And if you want to share oils with people, there's no minimum, but they will help you get your oils paid for. They'll actually pay you money to get your oils paid for, okay? So the third cool way the third type of person is someone like those of us that are on the screen, honestly, because we quickly were addicted and fell in love with these oils. And we realized that the opportunity that we have to share oils, I mean, honestly, I'm at home right now. I just got done eating. I'm about to head back outside. Like, life doesn't get better than that, to work from home. And so we get to set our hours, we get to set when we want to work, how we want to work, where we want to work. And honestly, the compensation plan, I'm going to go into it a little bit more in a little bit too, but the compensation plan is by far the best I've ever seen. So you can actually get paid either like a side income. A lot of people I know are laid off right now. What better way and better time to start sharing oils with people than right now and start to get something paid for, whether it's a full-time, half part-time, side income, whatever the case may be. There's a place for you. There's a place for everyone, no matter what level you're on. Okay.
Yes, and that was really what attracted me to doing even the more than wholesale, like below wholesale, was the amazing community that you get with doTERRA. And not just with doTERRA, because sometimes you think like doTERRA is this thing, but you get us. You get access to us. You get access to people that I for sure can't tell you all the answers, but I know where to look. And I have phone numbers for people that know how to do this better than me. And that's such a huge, huge, huge thing. Um, and as we've kind of talked about that and kind of talked about the wholesale membership and everything else, there are some kits that doTERRA has really put together, and they've really put them together in such a beautiful way, in a way that's going to get you started with some oils that are so good to start with. So good to get you started. And they're so like versatile in the way that they work. I have a couple of favorite kits that I always like to share about. But what I really want you to do is, if that's something you're interested in and some of those kit things, and maybe those are ideas and stuff, I want you to maybe tell us that you are, because I want to make sure, and Kristen and even Kaiten really wants to make sure that the kit that we talk to you about doesn't overwhelm you, but really fits your need. What I actually want to talk to you about right now is this really awesome keychain. Can you see this? This is probably the coolest thing ever. I actually got one of these and stuck it on my bag, and it goes everywhere with me from like, I think I got it the day I enrolled type of thing. I've had it forever. I love this thing so much. And you're like, it's a doTERRA keychain. Who cares? This thing is so cool. So it's got the clip or just the regular keychain, whatever you prefer. No judgment. Either way, do what you want. But all those really cool sample vials that Kristen has been showing you actually fit in here. This is not mine. This is one I really want to give away to somebody. But it has all sorts of really cool oils in here. And it actually isn't full because I might have stolen the other one and then forgot to put it back in there. But it's got so many cool oils that we've talked about tonight, that we've touched on, and really some great ones to get you started. And you can get this for free. Or if you don't want the black, we actually have purple ones. And Kristen's got a whole bunch of other colored ones, and we have some fun colored ones here. They're so cool. These are so great. Clipped on your bag, clipped on your keychain, whatever you want. Clip it on a backpack. This is great for little kiddos, backpacks, all those things when they actually can leave the house again. But if you are interested in telling your friends, telling your family about this thing about oils, you get one of these keychains for free. Absolutely free. That's all there is you set up a time where we can come and talk to your friends just like this. So it can be anybody in the country or anybody in the world. Doesn't have to be somebody local. And we can talk to them about oils. And you're going to get one of these for free. Absolutely. Now, here's the even cooler part that I love. And I get so excited about that. Sometimes I forget to tell people about this. But all those oils that you saw inside here, and minus the one that I forgot to put back in there, there's 8 slots here for oils. If you invite 8 people to your class, actually, for every person that you invite to come to your class where we can talk to them about oils, just like this, you actually get one of these. And it's not going to be empty, I promise. It'll actually have the oils in it. So you can kind of see the oils in there. So we're going to fill these things up for you. And I like to put fun things in there, like ones that you may not get in your immediate kit. So ones like, well, digestin and deep blue. Deep blue oil doesn't come in all of the kits. The cream does, but not all of the oil. So some fun ones like that. We want to give them to you. So we'll give you one for every person that you have show up. And I'm going to go ahead and say this for Kristen and for Kaiten and for myself. And no, I didn't have permission before I am saying this, but I'm going to do it anyway. If you have enough people to fill this thing up all the way, so you have 8 people that come to your class, we'll give you a 15 ml for free. We'll totally do that. We'll throw in a 15 ml for free. So if you have 9 people come to your class, you get 8 little oils and a 15 ml for free. Yeah. It's probably going to be a wild orange because that's my favorite to give away. And that one is so much fun. So you'll get one of these.
Yes. Yes. All the free stuff. Okay. I'm going to share with you a couple of my favorite kits really quick. So tell me if you can still see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Okay, perfect. So I never put it on the real slideshow because I'm just going through it too fast. So first of all, if you are watching this class via the replay or Facebook Live, I want you to either text or DM the person that invited you or whoever you know that is your oil person. And I want you to tell them the 3 things that you are most interested in learning or figuring out if there's a natural solution for. So maybe you were like, I never knew that oils worked for seasonal threats. Or maybe you were like, I've had that issue in my foot forever. I wonder if there's an oil for that. Or my daughter is wired at night. I can't get her to sleep. Is there an oil for that? Okay, so take a minute and literally text us or DM us right now. Okay, so I'm gonna actually wait. I want you to text us or send us a DM. I'm waiting.
I feel like we should have Jeopardy music playing at
I
this
know,
point.
that's what always goes in my head. All right, I'll spare you. Okay. So I see the texts and the DMs are coming in. So I'm going to jump to the next thing. I'm going to share with you a couple of my kits. This is not everything, and we're going to breeze through this. A lot of you guys have seen these before. There's actually a couple limited time offer kits. So since you've texted or DM'd us, we can help you and show you specific things that are going to work for your situation. But one of the things that I love is between this Healthy Start kit and the next kit that I'll show you. So this Breve diffuser, it runs for up to 10 hours. It covers a 350 square foot area. It's cute, it's little, it's beautiful. It's one of my favorite diffusers, okay? And then size bottles. So if you're looking at the 2 separate bottles, if you look at this kit, it has the 5 ml, which I said. So that's a third of a normal size bottle. So you actually, it's kind of a starter kit, but you do get things that help with digestion, that help with your immune system, that help with your respiratory system, pain, seasonal threats, calming, skin issues, all sorts of stuff, okay? So you are going to be set with a really good starter kit of oils. I think this one is about $150. Don't quote me on that, but we'll get you the details, okay? Then you move on to the Healthy Essential, and this is actually 3 times the oil. See, all of those oils are a bigger bottle. Deep Blue always is a 5 ml. But what this kit has that the other kit doesn't have is Adaptive and Copaiba. These are 2 of our best-selling oils. Adaptive is our #1 oil if you have any overwhelm, any anxiousness, any like you're stressed or life is hard or it's just, I don't know, overwhelm is like the word of the day per quarantine. This is my favorite blend. Today I was just feeling kind of tight, kind of irritable, kind of angsty. Adaptive capsule, Adaptive on my body, and in my diffuser was a night and day game changer automatically. You still get oils for your respiratory system, for breathing, for respiratory or for seasonal issues. You get Balance also is in here. It's my top for calming and grounding and mood. You get Digestin, On Guard, which is a no-brainer, always on guard for anything immune system. And then Copaiba, which is like, it works for your immune system, your cardiovascular, your nervous system. It's kind of an overall like calm and helpful oil, okay? Then the Petal Diffuser, same, like it runs for about 12 hours, but it covers about a 350 square foot area. This one is about $200. And then lastly, the Natural Solutions. This one is our top selling kit because it allows you to get just about everything or a sample of about everything. So you've got all the On Guard products, you've got mouthwash, toothpaste, hand soap, you have shampoo and conditioner, you have lotion, you have Correct-X, your Breathe Stick, the Breathe Stick is kind of like a Vicks vapor. Correctex is kind of like Neosporin. You've got the hand sanitizer. Honestly, some of these things you can't even buy right now because they're out of stock except for this kit. You get the box to carry your oils, which you will want. All of the top oils. Now, 2 favorite products, they've kind of hidden back here, but the Lumo diffuser, this is my favorite because it runs for 10 hours and it covers 1,000 square foot area. So a bigger area, it's beautiful. It's very compact. I travel with this one all the time when I used to be able to travel. And then the Lifelong Vitality Pack. Seriously, Lifelong Vitality Pack was the #1 thing that helped my husband realize that there was so much more to these oils than just like hippie snake oil things. So Lifelong Vitality Pack, pre-Lifelong Vitality Pack, he couldn't travel to like 3 hours to go see the car. He couldn't sit that long. Couldn't hold our daughter, who was like less than 20 pounds at the time. He couldn't throw around with kids. He was in constant pain. He like constantly on all of the over-the-counter type things. Pre or post Lifelong Vitality Pack, nowadays he coaches when our kids are actually playing ball. He coaches their football and their basketball. He throws the kids around in the pool, wrestles my daughter, throws the football around, does his bow hunting and all that. We were able to drive like almost 24 hours to Florida in the car, like so much different because this allowed his body to feel the support that it needed and to balance and support the inflammation levels. And now he's like a completely different person. So this is a game changer. Natural Solutions is your 100% way to go. This is about $550. So it's more of a upfront, but then all of these things are going to last 6 months or longer, ultimately. So you're allowing and then what also happens is that when you take the step in the beginning, then all of those extra costs that Emily was talking about, you don't need to do anymore. You have all these natural solutions before you have to pick up the phone and call the chiropractor, the dentist, the doctor, the whoever. Okay. All right. We're going to race through a couple of these things. We talked about we talked about the couple different types of people, and we're coming back to that because I want you guys to understand that there's so much benefit in sharing oils right now. And if you were even slightly interested, there is honestly a joy in sharing oils. If you can't tell from my face and Emily's face and how excited we get in this, it is so much fun. So why doTERRA? Why right now? Well, literally, we are the largest oil company in the world. We're the most tested, most trusted. We are used by doctors and scientists and hospitals and teaching colleges all over the world. doTERRA oils are asked for, and they are tested for scientific research projects all over the world. I talked about how we work with the farmers. We are ethically and sustainably sourced. We work in 120 markets worldwide, and that's constantly growing. Our compensation plan for real, like my husband was working over 60 to 70 hours a week. He was able to go part-time. So now he works 3 days a week, literally home all the time. Like, it's such an odd thing if he's gone. My kids are like, what? He's at work? What does that mean? So literally the sky's the limit. You can make money and not work 100 hours a week. We have a super high retention rate. Honestly, our customers, because of all the education that we give and because the products are so amazing, the customers come back. We're privately owned. Our ownership team is incredible, debt-free. It goes on and on. This was a team get together, our convention in Salt Lake City. We have so much fun as a team. I love our team. So a lot of times people are asking, okay, how do I make money? How much time's involved? Could this work for me? What's the next step? So literally, what it takes is sampling people, sharing oils with people. Like I didn't even know anything about oils. I told you I was a skeptic, but all I did was share my stories with people. How is this working? Or shared a different story, like somebody else's story. So I was teaching classes, or I was sharing one-on-one with people, and then helping them get their oils, enrolling them, and then supporting them. Like there's no time commitment. If we go back to this, literally it's you getting started with oils. Whatever you want to get started with, that's your money involved. And then time commitment is up to you. If people really wanted to make money and not just, you know, share casually, I would suggest you work at least 10 to 15 hours a week, which is usually a part-time job, right? So this is a little bit harder to see, but because I don't have it on a full screen, but literally an elite makes about almost $400 a month. An elite is kind of the first rank. Premier, you can make almost $1,000. A silver, which is a management position, anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000, all the way up to like a diamond, blue diamond. This is where I am, making, you know, low month, I'm making 16,000. A high month, I might be making like 3,500 or 35,000, I mean. So literally it's possible. I'm telling you it's possible. Okay. That's the cool thing. So if you want to get your oils paid for, if you're just like, okay, just help me get my oils paid for, just let's start there. We'll start with 3 to 5 hours a week. If you want to supplement your income, part-time job, which is honestly, you're going to be working less than most people would in a part-time job. It's 5 to 15 hours. And then if you want to replace an income, 15 to 30, and then you can go from there. All right. So if you are passionate about oils and you're passionate about people, and if you can follow a system, because we train you and you can get things done, somewhat self-motivated, but you're able to be led, you could do this. Anyone can do this. So here's the thing. Like Emily talked about, we would suggest that first you get oils, and we would suggest you start with a 100 PV order, which is about $100. If you start with that tonight, or you let Emily or I know, you can actually get an extra free oil, because I can give you a Citrus Bliss free. Or if you start with a little bit higher, a 300 PV order, $300, so maybe that Natural Solutions kit, you get Citrus Bliss and Adaptive for free. And then I would say that you start with that class that we talked about. So getting your class set up, letting us know, and we'll send you that keychain as well. So all the free stuff, okay? So the only thing keeping you from what you want is your story about why you can't have it. Oh my gosh. I hear this all the time, you guys. People are like, oh, I just don't think I can do it. Or I don't know. That is the only thing keeping you from actually doing this, from being successful in this, from giving it a try. I tell people all the time, like, what's it going to hurt? Like if you were to try doTERRA for 6 months or a year and you decided it wasn't for you, you are out nothing. You're out investing in some oils that you know you love anyway. So, hey, like there's no better time. Okay. So thank you guys for joining us tonight. Make sure if you didn't text us already or DM us, let us know that you're watching or you're interested. Like, let's get started with that conversation, so that we can help you get the best kit that works best for you. Or maybe it's not a kit. Maybe it's just some oils a la carte. And then we'll help you get that Citrus Bliss or both the Adaptive and Citrus Bliss. And then we'll help you with getting that keychain, getting your class set up, all that kind of stuff if that interests you as well. So anything that I missed, Emily?
Well, the only thing that I wanted to make sure we said too is we talked a lot about like the physical aspects of the oils and the physical aspects of the vitamins, and we didn't even touch the emotional aspects of the vitamins and the oils. And that's a whole nother, like, guys, Kristen and I could talk for hours about this stuff. Sometimes we have,
Right.
but the emotional side of things is a completely different ballgame. So if you've heard anything we've said and you're like, I feel pretty good, but my brain's kind of really stressed out and really having a hard time with this whole COVID thing, or I'm just stressed in general, or I just want to sleep. I just want to be able to calm my mind down. That's something we can definitely talk to you about very specifically and get you set up for those types of things too. because we can barely scratch the surface of what these things are good for and how this will affect and change your life.
100%. I totally agree. Yeah. Thanks for sharing your wisdom with us tonight, Emily. Hopefully that was helpful for you guys. I know that it really is, like Emily was saying, just a tip of the iceberg. Like, this is an intro class. This is just like, let's get started. So much more waiting for you on the other side. So we hope that you will join us, and we look forward to chatting with you more. Have a great night, guys. Bye.